Yes.
Yep.
Good.
Yes.
Thank you. Why I think this is important. Some years ago, you know, I'm very interested in health. You know, I see myself called into the ministry of healing. And I've been very interested in seeing people well. And so a couple of years back, I was concerned about, you know, the fact that many people come and, you know, either they are prayed for and really they don't see the kind of healing that, you know, we desire for them. And as I was pondering on this, you know, I felt, you know, the voice of the Lord saying to me that we are no longer good custodians of what He has given us. We are no longer good stewards. And so if we are not taking care of our organs, we are not taking care of our bodies, we are not taking care of our environment. So someone has a bad liver. If that person is, you know, automatically healed of the bad liver, and the person still continues in that lifestyle that destroyed the liver, the new liver will automatically, you know, be destroyed in a short time. And then the person will be accounting for 2 livers instead of 1. That sounds funny. But I realized that our major problem was not whether we were getting healed or not, was coming back to the basics, coming back to being accountable, coming back to being good stewards. I remember in the book of Genesis, when God created man, it says that this is the garden, keep and tend it. Be a good steward, be accountable, care for it. I believe that this is our garden, our bodies. Our bodies, you know, is our garden that the Lord has given unto us. And part of our responsibility is to keep and tend it. Now, there's no way to keep and tend something that you have no clue about. And so the Destiny Talk series is there to actually take us step by step. That is my goal. That is my desire, to have a better understanding of how this beautiful machine we call our body, have a better understanding of how it works. And then, you know, we don't have to be clueless and give that to someone else. We thank God for doctors. Thank God for Dr. Omoseyindemi. I have a PhD in mental health. I'm doing another doctorate in chiropractic. We thank God for all of that. But the expectation, there are people in different parts of the world that will not even have access to a doctor. How will they live? The expectation is that the body has been created as an awesome machine that is able to sustain itself when given the right things, when given all the right materials. And so going to the hospital is not supposed to be like a way of life. It's supposed to be like the exception when we don't fulfill the things we are supposed to do. Our bodies have been created to be a full-fledged hospital. And so we want to see how we can utilize what we have innately and help ourselves. And, you know, peradventure, life happens, situation happens, then we might need to seek for care. We might need to go to the hospital. That is fine. But we can limit that by fully understanding what we have and how to use it and how to be good stewards of the gift of God in our lives. So I'm starting this series by first of all looking at, you know, because we are looking at detox. And so we want to look at how do we get toxin into our system? How do we get toxin? Before Dr. Omoseyindemi begins to talk about how to get the toxin out of the system, how do we get it? For those that attended the last series with Dr. Joe Exposito, you saw a lot of that. But I want to get to the rudiment of it. And so I'm showing, let me enlarge this screen. Give me a moment. So I want us to quickly go through this lesson. Let me share this again. So for us to have a better understanding of why what Dr. Omoseyindemi is telling us is important. Now, the reality is that our bodies, everything about us is a semi-permeable membrane, meaning that we are one with our environment, meaning that there is a transaction taking place between what is inside us and what is outside. And that is not surprising, because if we have formed from the soil, if the body is formed from the soil, there's a communion between the body and the environment and the soil and the air. And it shouldn't sound strange to us. And scientifically, we have found that the body, is semi-permeable, meaning that it allows many things going in and out from even the surface. The surface of your skin, the surface of your body, your skin is the biggest organ that covers everywhere. But it is not a tight hole. There are tiny, tiny holes that are in it that allows things from the environment to go in. And then it allows things from inside you to go out. That is how we maintain what we call homeostasis. That is balance. There must be a balance, so that when there's too much on the inside, it will go out. When there's too much on the outside, it will come in. And so there's that constant interaction. And that is why when we talk to us, our environment is important, because when there's something in high concentration in the environment, there's a tendency for it to pass into our system, through diffusion, osmosis, or whatsoever terms we call it. And then when we have things in our system, it comes out, and that is why there is infection. People can have COVID and all of that, because what is inside you comes out into the environment. Now, there are different routes that toxin can get into our system. As you can see from my chart, it can come in through your gastrointestinal, through your mouth, the things you eat. A lot of the things that passes through your mouth, through your gut, many of them will come out in your feces. The nutrients you need, the micronutrients you need. So it's not that large bowl of rice or eba. Most of it is going to come out. What is needed is drawn from it. The nutrients is what your body will only take what it needs, and the others it is released as waste. Another way that toxin can come in through your through your mouth, and go into your stomach. And if you look at this, everything that goes through your stomach, eventually the micronutrients in there will get absorbed. You can see the line. We get absorbed into your blood and come into your blood cells. Then another way is through respiration. When you breathe in things, and that's why the air you breathe in, as you will see, is important. It will go in through your blood. It will go in and go through your blood and enter your system. Another way is through your skin. The things will come in from your skin, toxin in your environment, your products that you put on your body. And that's why you have to be careful. You have to read labels. Will go in through your skin, enter your blood, and then come in. And all of this enters into the tissues of your body, your liver, your kidney. Why? My next slide I want to show. Look at, you can see that everything enters through your blood. Look at your blood circulation. The blood, amazing, beautiful circulation, but it feeds everywhere. Look at all these red lines are tubes that carries, you can see your heart here, are tubes that carries blood everywhere. So the blood comes in through your nose, it will go to your heart pumps it everywhere. The blood comes in through your skin, it will enter, toxin comes in through your skin, it will enter into your blood, it goes everywhere. Toxin enters through your mouth, it will go into your body, it goes everywhere. Meaning that everything, it will go into your bones, it will go into your organs. So everything that comes in, because the blood is the highway, everything we allow to come into our bodies will enter into our blood and will be circulated everywhere. And then the body begins to then, in order to safeguard you, will sometimes store some of this toxin if it can store it. For some of them, if it cannot store it, those toxins in the organs that they enter into begin to damage them. And that is why we cannot afford not to be conscious of our environment and to begin to take the right step to reduce to be good stewards of our bodies, to say, I don't think that I want all of that to come in. How do I safeguard against this? So with that, I'm going to allow Dr. Omoseyindemi. I'm going to share a slide. Give me a moment. I'm going to allow Dr. Omoseyindemi. I don't want to finish preaching his message.
Thank you so much.
So I'm going to allow him talk to us about the detox the natural way. Dr. Omoseyindemi, you are welcome.
Good afternoon, all. Thanks for the opportunity given me to be here. And I think you'll be rolling the slide as I'm talking through the slide.
Yes, I will do that for you.
I thank you for giving us the preview on the methods of toxin and how the body detoxifies itself. And from my little slide I have here, we're going to be talking about the natural way to detox. As we know, our body has an innate detoxification system, as Doctor has rightly pointed out to us through the chart. And detoxification is a process by which the body gets rid of unwanted toxin, which he has really talked about, which are acquired because of environmental pollutants, excessive consumption of junks, and also there are many other things that we take in that our body doesn't really need. We are living in a very polluted environment, all these fumes and so on and so forth. So those are the things that enters our system. And detoxification, as we said, is the removal of toxins from our bodies. And it's primarily carried out through our circulation. You showed us the circulatory system the other time, how the blood flows and all those things. And through the process, by sweating, breathing, and digestion, that one has been shown. And liver is one of such organs which possess the capability of clearing out all the toxins at regular intervals. Liver is the main key house, though kidney, lungs, and guts, and the intestine also play a major role in detoxification, as you have shown us. Let's next, please. And so there is need for us to focus on supporting our body natural detoxification system. We need also to push ourselves, because whether we like it or not, all these things we are going to confront them. All these things we are going to have them taken in one way or the other. So we need to build our system so that naturally, so that we can be able, and these are the following methods that can be utilized to detoxify the body. Normally, if you have to detoxify, importance of water cannot be overemphasized. Water is not just essential for survival, but is equally important for removal of unwanted waste within the system. So when you take a lot of water, you have the ability, the circulation will improve. You are not going to be dehydrated. Then a lot of these things will be flushed out through the system. And also the water lubricates our joints, improve our energy, and reduces hunger sensation. And yes, it's required for optimal detoxification, because normally you have to, kidney also filters all these things. And when you don't drink enough water, the kidney will not be able to perform the function. If you don't drink enough water, the skin will not be able to remove all those excessive weight from the system and the bowels. Next slide, please. Next slide. So as I already said, adequate hydration is always associated with the low risk of diseases. We should make sure you consume at least 4 to 5 liters of water per day. And the way you can know whether you have been drinking enough water is that by the time your urine is pale, you know, some urine, when you go and pass urine, it can be dark. It can show signs of dehydration. But the pale color will show you that at least you have been drinking enough. And if water is not all that palatable with you, you can put some lemon or some other things, mint, strawberries, or just to make sure the water is there. The most important thing, you are drinking the water, and all those ones also will assist in detoxifying the body. And also, the next thing is, apart from water, you have to eat fresh and clean. The most important cause of toxic accumulation is consumption of most of this junk, processed and repackaged food, because it will have contained something that is not natural within the body. And in the process, they become toxin into the system. So always make sure you opt for organic fruits, vegetables, rather than eating fast food, all those things, because you eat a lot of fast food and most of them contain all those chemicals that are not natural within the body. And there's a way the body always tries to push all these things out. Next slide, please. So you have to eat a lot of vegetables like broccoli, sprouts, because they contain chemicals that are potent anti-inflammatory and anti-cancer benefits. Because most of the disease process going on in the body is a result of toxin and inflammation. And when you take all these ones, they contain those phytochemicals that can easily assist in preventing inflammation and also preventing the toxin to become carcinogenic. And also the vegetable, you take a lot of leafy vegetables like dandelion, we have them all around, beets, and all those things are good for detoxifying the body. And another thing is that you have to reduce the consumption of oil, sugar, and salt to the minimum level. And if possible, make sure that the kind of fruits you eat are organic, because most of the time, there is no way you are going to have pesticide that the residue are not going to be on the fruits you are eating if they are not really organic. But at least what you need to do is that before you take them, make sure you wash them clean and clean. Next slide, please.
Let me ask a question here, Dr. Omoseyindemi.
Yes,
Can you talk a bit about the pesticides, why they are harmful to us?
And the pesticide, most of it depends on the kind, but they contain certain inorganic substance that can damage the nerves, that can go into the neural system, that can contaminate with the skin and cause a lot of problems. Most of the time, what we do is that, we have what we call food chain. Food chain is that whatever we have in the plants, the animal will take it, the residue of taken by the animal will be inside of the person, and in the process, the little concentration will build up one day and cause all these health challenges we have. So pesticide, what they use to control insects and all those pests on the farmlands, there are so many of them. They contain organophosphorus compound that most of them, they can cause paralysis in most of those pests. And if this thing is consumed by man for a long time, then the person can start having a neurological problem.
Thank you.
So that's the pesticide. And also make sure you take a lot of fibers, and it's essential for the food, because the doctors show you the other time that the GIT also is a part of removing the waste. Whatever you take in, also he has told us that it's at least 90% will be taken away as waste. And the importance of this fiber is that they assist in retaining water. So when the water is retained, then there can be enough, what they call it, movement within something, so that you can have a very good bowel motion. If you don't take fiber, then you can become constipated. And when you become constipated, you are going to have constipation can lead to a lot of toxins in the system, because you won't be able to go to the toilet. And in the process, the bacteria will be building a lot of things. And the process, some of the toxins will enter the blood system, and the process, someone can easily fall in and come with so many other illnesses. So there is need for us to take a lot of fiber.
And I think this is very important also. I just want to stress it, Dr. Omoseyindemi, because what you don't release, we don't realize that when our feces or waste material is retained in our bodies, just like you said, it actually gets absorbed back. So your body doesn't like wasting. So it's like there's a timeout. Okay, timeout. And it gets, so the thing that is supposed to be a waste, when it stays in, it begins to get absorbed back into your body, And so when people say, oh, I don't use the restroom, I don't toilet for about 4 or 5 days, that is very different from what
that is very, very good.
Yeah. Okay.
And also the feces can start decaying within the system. And so when it's going through the decay, when it starts decaying, then it starts being absorbed. Then you can have a lot of other challenges, as I said. Next slide, please.
Yeah, that's it.
So you can make smoothies. The people go to a bar, you make smoothies, ice cream, all those things. But you can do the same thing with leafy vegetables. Cucumber, lettuce, carrot, banana. and all those things. You can just blend them together and drink. And because they have fiber, and also they have antioxidants, then they can easily assist you. Antioxidants remove the radicals, free radicals that are in the system. And so in the process, they can assist you in having optimum health. And you can try it in the morning, take it as a early morning juice so that your body can be. And also exercise is a way of healthy body. When you exercise, you are going to lose a lot of toxin from your body, all those sweating. But nowadays, the kind of things just some people do, they hardly sweat. They move from air conditioner house to the conditioner office, conditioner car, and so on. And even everywhere they go, even the mall is air conditioned. So you need to find a way to exercise your body so that you can get rid of all these toxins through the skin. Because you can know that even when there is raining, when you can see one thing, that the function of trying to detoxify. During dry season, you will see that you will be sweating more than passing urine because there is alternating function. When you are in a cold place, you feel like going to the toilet most of the time because the toxins want to leave your body. So you have to go and urinate. But if you are in the sun doing exercise, the rate of urination will decrease because most of the waste, your body has been expelling them through the skin. So you need to do a lot of exercise. Exercise will make you fit and get rid of unwanted toxins.
That is interesting that
I think you want to ask a question?
Yes, that is interesting that you said that, you know, our body is so, just like we just said, our natural mechanism. Your body will switch, maintain homeostasis based on your condition. So if you are cold, your body will release the toxin via urine. If you are hot, the body will release it via sweat. That is amazing. Another thing I also wanted to add to what you're saying concerning exercises is I'm holding here a spine. And I hope everybody can see the spine. And, you know, you can actually, and this is very important with spinal health. As you know, you can see the spine for all of us. We have these tires kind of in between each spine, each vertebra. And this tire, we called it disc. And this disc, you know, they do not have blood supply. You can see because they are cartilage. The only way that nutrients get to them is through movement. So as you move back and forth, nutrients will enter into this disc. And these discs are so important in promoting your health. And so just like he's saying, without movement, this disc begin to degenerate. And you begin to have back pain. You cannot move because the discs are degenerating. They are not giving the cushioning that you need to be springy. And then you see people begin to bend as you get older. So exercises, like he said, at an early age, and continuous good, nice movement, going out there walking, will allow for this disc in your bodies to experience mobility. I just wanted to throw that in, Dr. Omoseyindemi.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, please. So another thing is that you must, the stress limits the body ability to detoxify. When you're under the stress, there are countless ways and there are other things that goes on within the system. But there are countless ways you can manage your stress and accelerate. It's through exercise, and we have said that one. You can do sauna, you can do little exercise. Those are the way you can really, because by the time, most of this stress, when you have stress, you have built up some toxins within the body. You have released a lot of adrenaline in your system that is looking for a way to get expelled. And that one, if it's not properly expelled, you can have heart condition, you can have diabetes, you can have all other things. But the way you can do it is that you can do it through meditation, you can do it through massage, take deep breath, and regular sauna. All this one can assist you in reducing your stress. And also, as the doctor has said, there are ways you can meet people that can counsel you if it's a psychosocial challenges or so on and so forth that have been making the stress. So you can discuss with them, then with reducing your stress, then you can be able to remove the toxins from your system. Next, please. Then this is the sleep. God has a way of controlling your body. Whether you like it or not, you can say 24 hours, you don't want to continue to work. But there's a way the thing will just knock you off because it's telling you that your body needs to rest. And the sleep is a way our body repair itself during sleep and restore itself to prepare us for the next day. And this is especially important for the brain because deep triggers the brain waste removal system. So when you sleep, there's a mechanism that goes on in the brain. All the things that have accumulated, there is a way. The thing will just find a way to ease itself out through the various channels of where the toxins are removed. And if this one is properly cleared from the system, then you can have what we call neurodegenerative diseases. People can have Alzheimer's, all those kind of things can happen to someone. And also the next thing is that you must reduce your exposure to environmental toxins. Heavy metals, hydrocarbons, we use platinum a lot, especially to do microwave, on the microwave, all those kind of things. And also most of the chemicals are from our personal care products. The one you use for hair, the one we use for perfume, all kind of things. Because when you look at the kind of chemicals they contain, then you will know most of them have heavy metals in them. Some of them have all this steroid and all those kind of things that most of the time always acts as toxin to the body. So all the household things we use, Vim, all those bleach and all those other things. So we have to be make sure we minimize them. And the best thing is, as we talked about food the other time, and food also as a medicine. And I think the scripture has given us that the food as a medicine, and I believe that in the book of Ezekiel, we can go through it, what he said. And by the river upon the bank thereof, on this side and on that side, shall grow all trees for meat, whose leaf shall not fade, neither shall the fruit thereof be consumed. It shall bring forth new fruit according to its month. So every season, we have certain fruits that come seasonally. So most of us, we are not eating seasonally. God has provided it for us, and he has told us that we bring new fruit according to his month. Because their water they issue out of the sanctuary, and the fruit thereof shall be the meat, and the leaf thereof shall be our mercy. God has blessed us with all things we have, but it's rather sad that we are not applying our knowledge and we are not making use of the gift that God has given us. And in the book of Genesis, God said, 1:29, behold, I've given you every herb-bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you, it shall be for meat. So God has given us everything that we can take that will make us healthy and that can detoxify our body. But we decide to deviate from the word of God by doing what we like to do, which is normal human. It's a normal human thing. But by the time we come back and follow what we have, then we are going to have a very healthy life and with our body really detoxified. And I'll show you some of the fruits. We have hibiscus sabdafira, that is common sobo. We have people usually buy. So this one also is a very antitoxin. It removes the toxins from the system. Same thing with pineapple. Please go on. Same thing with white lettuce. In Yoruba land, they call it yorin. And it's also dandelion. But the one on the right, that is the leaf of turmeric. So it's turmeric. So go ahead. You see turmeric following now. Go ahead. Doc? Next slide, please. So you must take a lot of legumes. Turmeric is there, lemon, all those things. Those are the things that are naturally within your environment that acts as detox. Because you cannot beat all this pollution within your society. All you can need to do is to assist your system to make sure you can detoxify yourself by making sure you utilize most of these things that God has provided for us in natural way.
Next. Is it so interesting? We were saying something that even animals, when you read that scripture about nature having everything there for us, even animals, when they are sick, yes. they go around and find the plant that will help them.
Sure.
Sure.
I've seen a lot of them.
Yeah, because I wanted you because I know that you have a large farm.
I've observed them and I've seen how they are behaving. You understand? They have something they will eat. You see some birds coming to certain plants. You see some animals coming to a certain plant, especially fig, which is called ficus. So they are there. So animals know all those things. Our forefathers know all those things. But the point is that we have allowed ourselves to deviate from what God has told us to be using. And I think it's time for us to come back to nature so that we can have a healthy life. I think we still have some other slides there. Next slide. So these are the garden eggplant, bitter leaf. All this one can be blended and used as smoothies to detoxify you. You can collect all of them together, blend them, and take them as smoothies.
So what does the garden eggplant do?
Garden eggplant, it detoxifies the body. They cook it as vegetable. So you can use the garden egg itself and eat it, but the leaves is used as a vegetable. They call it a foigo, and it has a detoxifying effect, and they have anti-inflammatory property.
Meaning that for many of this our food that we eat, that we might just eat the tubers, that
Yes.
the leaves are actually very essential, because what we do is we get the carrots, we cut away the leaves, and
There
then
are so many leaves. The leaves are very good. The leaves are very good. It depends on the stage they are.
Okay, so what stage of the leaves are better for us?
No, it depends on the leaf, but especially when they are tender, when the leaves are very tender, yes. But some leaves, they have to get to a certain age before you can remove them.
Okay.
Next one, yes.
Okay, which one?
Another
leaf?
Next slide. Next slide, please.
Yeah,
I think that should be the last slide.
Yeah, this is the last slide.
So these are cruciferous plants. You can see them, broccoli, all these ones. Those are the things that people need to eat. You can blend them, you can eat them. All these are the things the body system needs to detoxify and give us a healthy body. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Omoseyindemi. I'm going to open it up for questions. And I want to say here that the reason we brought on Dr. Omoseyindemi is also because of his, he has studied a lot of indigenous plants. You know, he after studying medicine, he actually went to Ibadan in Nigeria, Lagos, to study about herbs and all of that. And so we want to be able to ask him those questions also in relation to that. So it's such a resource. Apart from being a medical doctor, he has also studied, you know, herbs. And from the scriptures, I became very interested in herbs, in, you know, our environment, realizing that this is what God has said. God created all these plants are not just for fancy. They are not just for us to look at them and say, oh, what beautiful flowers. Oh, this leaves is nice. It's not just for ornaments, but it's supposed to keep our bodies. It's supposed to keep us. And he said something that is so crucial, that the reason that God gave us seasonal food is because at certain seasons, certain food, you know, as you have the change of season, when it becomes cold, when it is hot, there are certain foods that are needed to maintain our bodies. And so there's a dance. We need to dance with nature that God has made. We need to understand nature. We need to understand our environment based on where God has created us and planted us. And those things, at what time do we have a lot of pepper? If you notice, you know, when it is cold, during the raining season, you have a lot of pepper, because pepper is rubefacient. Pepper will allow blood to be pulled to the surface of the body. There are some foods that are there, you know, throughout the year, you know, because you need them. You need them. You know, you have the grains all over. You have the nuts. All those are high in vitamin B, which is important for the brain. And then you have all these colorful, beautiful, colorful foods that are high in vitamin A, which is important for the integrity of the skin and of the lining, because the integrity of your skin determines how things will penetrate. So God has made all of these things available that, you know, and part of what Destiny Talk series is, we want to start learning about them again. We have thrown them away for what you call civilization, and we thank God for civilization. But a lot of what we have made has not helped us. We thank God for cars, and we can move about. But do you know what? People that are living without cars are enjoying life also. So as much as we appreciate civilization, but some of them have come with such a high price for us to pay that we need to now develop ways to minimize and mitigate against those high prices. So I want you, please, you type, we have about 10 minutes for questions or less than that. Can you type your, let me stop sharing this. Can you, if you have questions, can you begin to type your questions? As I wait, which is more beneficial, powdered turmeric or fresh turmeric?
Sir?
Somebody asked that, which is more beneficial, powdered
Two of them
turmeric
are beneficial. Why you dry the turmeric is all for preservation. So they are the same.
Okay. It says that both of them are beneficial, that why we dry it is for preservation. And so you can use the fresh
It's
one.
for preservation. So you use the quantity.
You can use the
You
powder.
can use it.
Okay. While I wait for, please feel free to type your questions. I also want to say at this time that we are trying to collect phone numbers so that we can send you text directly to remind you of this meeting. So if you know we don't have your number, please can you send a message privately, or on the chat box. Just type in your phone number so that we can form a WhatsApp group, and so that we don't have to be sending you emails. So please, we will recommend that you put in your numbers for us to be able to set up just a WhatsApp group just for the people that have been attending, so that we can keep attending. Basically, so do you have questions from today? So Dr. Omoseyindemi, somebody is asking that, is there any way they can get more information about specific herbs, benefit and uses? Do you have a book?
There are lots of books on it. Maybe I'll forward the list of books to you.
Wonderful.
So that you can, I will forward it to you.
Okay, so
I'll send it to you.
So Dr. Omoseyindemi will forward, as I said, he studied on this, and honestly, I want to learn about this. I want to learn about my environment. I want to learn about what God has made. So it will give us some of this and it will send. Hold on, there are many questions, and now people are now dumping. How long can you use these leaves for the body to be free of toxin? I don't think it's a matter of how long. I think it's a matter of...
You consider you consider it as part of your natural product.
It's food as medicine.
Because you eat every day. The moment you eat, you have to continue eating them. So far you are exposed to all these pollutants, you have to continue using them. Because what you are doing is that you are trying to build your body system so that your body can respond to any toxin that comes in, as the way we build our immune system. So that's the same thing, the toxin.
Yes, and that's why we titled that part food as medicine. We should get away from the thought of which medicine should I use. We are living a lifestyle of medicine, but more or less is this food is medicine. Like I'll give an example. I started eating pawpaw. I didn't like pawpaw, but when I heard and I learned that pawpaw was one of the richest source of vitamin A, and I'm sure as Dr. Omoseyindemi will say many other things, I force myself. I will carry the pawpaw like this, and I will say, God created you to do me good. God created you to do me good. I will like you. And after a while, because I changed my mindset in looking at it as not just eating what I like, but the fact that this will do me good, now pawpaw is one of my favorite. And then learn the voice of your body. Your body also will tell you it's not everything in nature that will go well with you. As you eat something, some of them might give you diarrhea. Some of them might make you not feel okay because maybe, you're allergic to it. So watch your body's reaction. But we need to put in these things, become more diverse in your eating. Learn more about vegetables, become more adventurous, with natural foods. don't limit yourself to, you know, that little thing that you eat. Somebody said, I don't think God did. Yes, you wanted to say something?
I'm reading through some questions. Yeah. Someone was asking with acid reflux, what food and fruit can I eat? And how do I get rid of it? It's so easy. What you can eat is the cabbage. Eat a lot of cabbage. All those things are there. They will assist you and make the place alkaline. So you eat a lot of cabbage, and also you can do a lot of smoothies from most of those leafy vegetables. So they can assist.
So you said cabbage helps with making the urine alkaline.
Yes.
Wonderful.
With the acid reflux, yes, cabbage.
Cabbage, wonderful. And then somebody said here also, interesting, can please share more local plants that can be used as detox? Somebody was asking if there are other local plants that you know that can be used as detox.
There are so many there are so many, they are just like food. Most of the ones that I've shown, those are the best ones you need to go along and start using. Because those are, but by the time you are mentioning plants and you heard about plants and you go and pluck a plant, and that one, you don't know the source. But these kind of things that I've showed you, they are food, they are easily available, and they will do the same job most of the other plants.
And I think the bitter leaf is so powerful. I was, you know, I shared how I use bitter leaf.
It's one of those ones that I showed.
Yes, and don't squeeze out all the bitterness from it, and then it's just ordinary shaft. Part of what makes it powerful is the bitter thing. And then somebody said, I don't think God did not say we should not eat meat. Yes, we didn't say you should not eat meat. We never said that. Because the animals also eat the plant, and then the nutrients from the plant, you eat it. But it's a lot more of your, what happened just now? Sorry, excuse me. Somebody unmuted themselves. Christiana, can you mute yourself? Sorry. Thank you. Okay. Then let me see any more questions here. Please remember.
We still have questions.
Will the presentation be shared? Yes. I was also going to say we have a YouTube channel, and all the presentations we've been having, they are there. Even it talked about anti-inflammation. There's a message. We have a talk on anti-inflammation and inflammation. So please go and look at. You can check on them. Tokwe, can you share the YouTube channel on the chat? Somebody said, please shed more light on the use of turmeric leaves.
No, I'll just show you that you can identify the plants. The most important part you use out of the turmeric is not the leaves, it's the plants. So the picture just came to show you that is how turmeric looks.
Okay. So for turmeric is more of the tube, yes, of the roots. Now, Dr. Rose says, can you talk about moringa? And that she understands that it's easy to grow and to eat.
Yes, moringa I have moringa. I'm looking at moringa trees in front of me right now. So I planted a lot of them.
Dr. Omoseyindemi actually has a whole farm. He has a retreat center. That is where he is now, where he has some of the most important plants growing. And so for some of you, you can visit this retreat center. If you want to, but it's I've been there in Agbowa in Lagos. Continue, Dr. Omoseyindemi.
So the moringa is a general food, which is a very good food, easy to grow, and because it contains a lot of nutrients, vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, a lot of nutrients is packed into it. So it's a good nutrient, it's a good source of food. And when you use moringa most of the time, and when your body system has good food in the system, there is no way the toxins will be able to stay in your system.
Thank you. Dr. Rose says she's growing moringa here in the US. Yes. And somebody said broccoli is not local and is expensive. You don't need to. There are things that will give you what broccoli.
It's not only the broccoli. You can see the others.
There are so many other things.
You have dandelions, You have all those carrots, you have all those tulips and so on and so forth. They are there. We have beets. All those things are there.
So,
and they can really grow. They grow here.
So focus on what, if I'm in the US, I will eat broccoli. But if I'm in Nigeria, I'm going to eat something else. Broccoli, the way God has it, not only one plant gives you every 100 plants can give you vitamin A. 1,000 plants can give you vitamin B.
Most of the health challenges can be global, but the management of these diseases are usually local.
I love that. I love that. It says the health challenges can be global, but
most of the health challenges they are global, but management of them are usually local. God has provided what you can use to manage a cardiac condition in a particular place. But the point is that because we have lost our history, we have lost ourselves, and we have been absorbed in having things done easily. We have lost the indigenous knowledge that we can easily pick and use to have a better health condition. They are easily available. Our local foods are there, and all those things are easily available, and they don't contain toxins. But when we eat a lot of things, junks, all these things and that, then we start having a challenge.
Doctor, somebody says, what is the local name for dandelion? They said dandelion, for those in Nigeria, it says local name for dandelion in Nigeria is...
I put it out there. I put it on the thing now.
That is
dandelion.
And we are going to, thank you so much. You can see Efonyami, thank you. As we round up, thank you so much, Dr. Omoseyindemi. I'm going to give a couple of announcements, and you can still continue to put in your phone numbers and then your questions. I want to share a couple of announcements here. And the summary of all of this is that our body is a powerful detoxifier. That you can, so I'm just summarizing what we have learned from Dr. Omoseyindemi, that we can detoxify through sweat, we can detoxify by exercising. The exercise is detoxifier. We can detoxify through our kidney into the urine, and that the color of your urine will tell you, what is in you. Be careful also when you eat some food that are very colorful. Your urine might be colored, but generally your urine should be pale. He also told us that you can detoxify, through your diet, because your kidney, the food that you go into your intestine, your liver will detoxify it, and then you make sure that you release it out of your body on time, so that your body does not absorb it. You can detoxify through your mouth as you breathe out. You are removing toxin, you are removing, and I'm going to add that you detoxify through laughter and play. You distress. Many of us are not playing with our children. We are not playing with our spouses. As you play and laugh, you are actually detoxifying. You can imagine, because you're exercising, you are sweating, you are laughing, you are working the muscles to release stored toxin as you are playing and you are laughing. So laughter and play is one of the best detoxifier. We also said that you need to crying. Some of you need to cry, some pent-up emotions. In true crying, the tears in the eyes, you release the toxin, the toxic emotion that you have bottled up in your heart. The emotion is distilled through the tears. And so be careful of what you allow into your orifices, the orifice of your mouth, your skin. Be careful of the environment you are always in, and those are the summary of what we are saying today. Are you always in a locked up AC environment and breathing the same, circulating the same air? Step out, every day to breathe in, fresh air. But sometimes where you are also might be, be careful of being out where there's a lot of fumes and all of that. Water is powerful. Water is universal cleanser. Water is universal washer. It will wash and cleanse. Now, those are natural ways of detoxification. For some of us, some of us have not detoxified in a long time. Also, for some of us, we have detox overload. that means we are overloaded, and there might be need for us to do some other detox program that will help us jumpstart. Fasting is a detoxifier. Fasting right. We are going to be teaching all of this. I'm sure you know that a 1-hour series is not enough to look at everything. So we have a program coming up called WAM.
Do you desire total health and wellness? Do you want to improve your relationship with God? Do you desire a happier, healthier relationship with yourself and others? Do you want to have a better control of your health? Would you want to be a part of a group working towards the same goal? If your answer is yes to some of these questions, then you are a candidate for a WAM challenge. This is a 12 weeks wellness mentoring program with people of like mind. During the training, you will be exposed to the following and much more: better dietary plan, stress reduction strategies, how to increase body and joint mobility, how to have healthier relationship with yourself and others, meaningful quiet time with God, act of spiritual discipline, strategies for healthy living, how to become a wellness advocate. Join us in this exciting, life-changing 12 weeks mentoring program. This is a journey you won't regret. To learn more, go to wam.theeducatorng.org and register for an information session. Thank you.
Hello everyone. I'm really excited after doing the Destiny series talk on detoxification. And during my talk, we unveiled the reality that our planet is covered in toxins. Toxins are on the food that we eat, in the air that we breathe, on the detergent on our clothes, on things we put on our skin and in our hair. Toxins are everywhere in the environment. And the problem is when we absorb these toxins through our breathing, our eating, through our skin, what happens is our health begins to deteriorate. We get more fatigued, more depressed, anxiety, insomnia, weight gain, digestive problems, insomnia, and so much more. We talked about things you can do naturally and programs that you can implement in order to reduce the toxins that are present in your body so you can live simply a better life and reach your potential. So we are really excited about the launch of the Detox Challenge. We're doing a 10-day detox challenge where I'm going to personally take you through every day with absolutely zero cost to the consultation with me through the Detox Challenge. The program is going to start in about 4 weeks from now. So in Nigeria, it's vitally important that you get the program now so that we can get it delivered to Nigeria in time for the launch of the Detox Challenge. There is a link on this page that you can click. Make sure you use the discount code so you capitalize on the incredible savings that we're offering right now for anyone that starts the Nigerian Detox Challenge. It's going to begin in 1 month, and we're looking forward to seeing you on the cleanse. Bring your friends, bring your family. It's going to be a unified cleanse where we all get onto a forum together. I'm going to set the stage every day for a 10-day challenge. You're going to take the nutrients, you're going to change your diet, and you're going to get incredible results in your health and your overall life by completing the Detox Challenge. Look forward to seeing you there. You can purchase the program right here on the page.